Doom: The Dark Ages Update 1 has just been released. Here's absolutely everything you need to know about the game's first major patch. The issue that was preventing some players from unlocking the Berserker achievement has been fixed. The bug should be resolved retroactively for those who already completed the necessary requirements, although it's worth noting that users on PlayStation 5 are still having problems with the trophy, so stay tuned for a follow-up patch. After hearing your feedback, they finally fixed the audio mixing. The patch notes suggest reverting any sound settings back to default and working from there in order to get the best results. They've also addressed issues where music would pause when transitioning between levels and a bug where character dialogue was cut off during the ending of the Holy City of Eratum mission. An additional control will now allow users to customize image contrast when using HDR. This should make the game look substantially better if you were having problems with washed out colors or generally awkward visual balancing, so be sure to play around with the options before jumping into the campaign. Another improvement has removed the sprint special effects when auto run is enabled. No adjustments need to be made in the settings menu as that seems to apply automatically. The Battle Knight Codex entry is now obtainable, and it should appear in the menu alongside the Arachnotron lore page. It's worth noting that you will have to fight them before gaining access to their entries. I would suggest loading into Forsaken Plain since both enemies spawn during the opening encounter. Now to get into the gameplay changes. They've started to tackle the shield saw related glitches, beginning with the bug where the tool would become completely unusable if it was caught right before the player performed a melee strike on a stunned demon. Game director Hugo Martin and community manager Joshua Boyle did acknowledge the assortment of shield issues during this week's episode of Slayers Club Live, so even more fixes are likely on the way. The Shredder previously could have lost functionality after an execution, and certain rune upgrades would stop working after being re-equipped. Both of these problems have been resolved. Some active tunable adjustments have been solidified and moved into this update. The amount of time that resources linger in the world throughout the Atlan mech levels has been decreased, and the combo system has been adjusted so that activating a special move no longer depletes the charges that came before it, allowing you to pull off several finishers in quick succession. The Dragon combat has received several notable changes that should make the experience much more enjoyable. The majority of enemies encountered while riding Surratt will now only fire green Hellsarge projectiles, giving you more opportunities to empower the machine turret. The empowered state now lasts significantly longer, and shots fired during that period will pierce enemy projectile shields, which was a reoccurring problem beforehand. A wide variety of smaller, more rare issues tied to the game's menus, cinematics, and Ultra Nightmare have also been improved. I'll quickly display them on screen now, and you can either pause the video or visit the patch notes link in the description if you're interested in learning more. Update 1 was mostly centered around squashing game-breaking bugs that have been bothering the community since launch, but we can expect to see additional content drops that add things like new campaign game modes and more cosmetic items in the very near future. Click on the video that's on screen now to learn more. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, I hope you enjoyed it. That's pretty much all that I have for now, though. Until next time.